Blasphemous. The game is set in Custodia, a land of religion, highly influenced by Roman Catholicism, its iconography, Holy Week in Spain and Spanish culture, particularly that au fin de la calle. The land is hallowed by a force, known as the miracle, also referred to as sorrowful miracle or grievous miracle. This force manifests itself by sometimes blessing and sometimes cursing Custodia's inhabitants, transforming them into twisted creatures, subject to eternal torment. The protagonist is the penitent one, the sole survivor of the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, called so because their members have agreed to a vow of silence. He wears a Amascan helmet that consists of barbed wire and a pointed helmet similar to a caparot. His sword originated when a woman, praying for punishment to ease her guilt, repeatedly hit her chest with an effigy of the Twisted One, who is in turn considered the first miracle. The sword is adorned with spikes as of that of a rose and an effigy. At the beginning of the game, a thorn is given to the penitent one to attach to the sword's handle, which allows it to feed on its wielder's sins. During his pilgrimage, the penitent one meets characters such as Dear Gracious, who is found in several key moments of the story and acts as a narrator for the game. Redento, a pilgrim who walks with his back bent and his hands tied as a form of penance. Candelaria, an old merchant who sells various items. And Viridiana, who offers assistance to the player in boss battles. There is a governing church led by His Holiness Escribar, who was reborn as the last son of the miracle long before the game's events. Blasphemous begins in the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow, a religious order opposed to His Holiness Escribar's authority. After all, its members have been massacred. The last of their kind, the penitent one, is resurrected by the miracle and departs on a pilgrimage. After defeating the Warden of the Silent Sorrow, he finds Dear Gracious, who tells him about the Cradle of Affliction, a sacred relic that the penitent one seeks, and the 3 humiliations he must perform to be deemed worthy to reach it. He also gives the penitent one a thorn to add to his sword's handle, wounding and feeding off the user's guilt. The penitent one travels to different locations in Custodia, including the decaying town of Albero, the snowing hills where olive trees wither, and the underground desecrated cistern. He completes the 3 humiliations, each of them involving a trial against a different boss, to obtain the holy wounds of attrition, contrition, and compunction from the 3 holy guardian visages. After defeating Esdras of the Anointed Legion on the Bridge of the 3 Calvaries, the penitent one gains access to the Mother of Mothers, the massive cathedral where Escribar and the Cradle of Affliction reside. Throughout the journey, Escribar's voice is heard, telling his backstory. A long time before the penitent one began his pilgrimage, His Holiness Escribar had turned his throne away from his congregation, believing that the miracle had forsaken them. Gradually, the miracle transformed Escribar into a massive tree which suddenly ignited one day, leaving behind a massive pile of ash, atop which stood Escribar's throne. The miracle drove countless people to attempt climbing the mountain, but all of them failed, swallowed by the ash. As punishment, they re-emerged from the ash, as mindless beasts, the game's enemies, cursed to carry out the miracle's will. This included Escribar, who was reborn as the last son of the miracle. At the top of the Mother of Mothers, the penitent one encounters Chrysanta of the Rapt Agony, the leader of Escribar's soldiers, also revealed in the prequel comic to be responsible for the penitent one's first death and throwing his corpse to where the game began. The penitent one defeats her, but she escapes. He proceeds to defeat Escribar and the last son of the miracle and encounters the Mountain of Ash, where Dear Gracious encourages him to climb it and reach the Cradle of Affliction, leading to one of 2 endings.